Doorbells and knocks, easily the worst noises on this space rock, especially when you're elbows deep in a blood-soaked carpet and there's a pile of limbs in your tub. I froze, the whimsical bell chime I bought online a few months back mocking me with its funny tune. The box cutter in my hand turned to concrete, every muscle in my body warming under the panic. I waited, hoped they would go away. The ticking of my grandmother's grandfather clock filled the space as I held my breath. The moment stretched long enough for me to finally let my lungs out. I got back to cutting before another chime rudely interrupted. I stood, sighing, and rushed to my bedroom. I ran on my toes over the hardwood in the hall. An effort to keep the mess contained. Stripping already as I rounded the corner, I bounced into the room and threw on a pair of sweats and a band t-shirt. Another press of the doorbell echoed loud as I sprinted to the bathroom. I grabbed the frame and let momentum swing me into the bright, linoleum-covered restroom. Chopped limbs and other viscera piled on top of the red-smeared eggshell tub liner. I wasn't sure where one limb ended and the other began, and a quick glance convinced me I saw 3 hands. Couldn't be, Trevor had a normal amount of limbs. He was hand-selected off Tinder. He had an extra limb, but it wasn't an arm. Should have read my bio closer, down for a killer time. I washed my hands, faster than normal, and slammed the door behind me. I slipped into my Crocs and ran down to the back door, sliding it open and rushing into the backyard. No shot was I going to open the front door right now. I closed it behind me, turning before closing the distance to the locked gate that led to the front yard. My hand on the lock, I froze, taking a deep breath. My chest heaved, panic and excitement coursing through me. Whoever it was, I needed to come off normal. What if it was a neighbor? A cop? A Girl Scout with hyper-observant parents? Dismemberment was a fun way to decompress, but frowned upon, generally. I slipped the lock free and pulled it in. The stone path rounded the house to the right, leading me to my not-so-welcome guests. Hey! I smiled big, rounding the corner. Didn't matter who it was, people always returned my smiles. Dad and Mom stood on the doorstep, Tupperware in hand and expectant as always. Fuck. Sorry, I was reading in my hammock, almost didn't hear the door. I waved them back, urging them to follow. They exchanged a look, but I turned before they could argue. Sorry for dropping by so suddenly, Dad said. Your mom made some pecan pie and meatloaf, figured you'd want some. I would let it grow mold in my fridge and toss it out, just like every other bit of leftovers I've ever had. The gate popped open under my hand. Yes, thank you. I'm actually starving, I've had a busy day. I smiled sly into the yard. Busy day reading? Mom called, closing the distance. They followed me into the backyard. The lawn was